Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. A couple of videos ago I did a video decluttering 90 eyeshadow palettes. I decided that I wanted to do a video on the palettes that I absolutely refuse to declutter for whatever reason. I don't really want to declutter them. I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like 16 palettes here in front of me that I do not want to declutter. And we are going to jump right in. And the first ones are from Anastasia Beverly Hills, or Anastasia Beverly Hills. And the first one is the Soft Glam palette. I cannot remember when this one came out, but this one is just a classic everyday work appropriate eyeshadow palette. And it's just like, it's everything about this palette is like right up my alley. Everything in here is still soft and buttery. This rose pink and then this bronze shade are like some of my favorite. The shade Glistening. These shades are absolutely gorgeous, and this one is indeed staying in my collection. The next one from them is the Subculture palette. Now I know that everybody was like up in arms about the formula of this thing and how fast the shadows wore away. I don't know whether or not I got like an improved version of the palette, but I have not had any problems with this palette whatsoever. And it looks like this. The palette is just so gorgeous. It looks like really fall appropriate with this green here, Untamed. I will swatch that. And I think that the problem was that this is like a pressed pigment palette and people didn't know how to work with it. That's what was being said. I don't know. The shade Adorned. These yellow shades to me are gorgeous. Like, I know like people don't like finger swatches, but look at these. That is really nice. The shade Fudge. The shade Fudge might be in another palette, but a really nice brown shade. I just absolutely love like the fall feel of that palette, so will not be getting rid of that. It has a special place here in my makeup drawer, so we will be holding on to that. The next two that I want to show you are from Too Faced. Let me grab my makeup wand. The next two that I want to show you are from Too Faced, and one of them is like so old, and I just sanitized all of my like Too Faced palettes that come in those little tin packaging because I'm not throwing any of them away. But in particular, the first one that started this whole situation. And I got this one when it first came out, so I still have that thick packaging. And it is the Chocolate Bar palette. See how thick that is compared to their other like newer palettes. But this is what it looks like. And the reason why I won't throw this out, and this is when like the shades are on here and not on the thing. This shade Creme Brulee and the shade Hot Chocolate, these are like absolute favorites. Like, this is Creme Brulee, this is Hot Chocolate. They are still really good, and this is what they look like. I cannot, like, I don't think I have like these two shades anywhere else in my collection. Like, so I am so afraid to throw this away. And then this shade here, it's like pairs so good with it. Like, listen, until I can find something that will replace this Chocolate Bar palette, this Chocolate Bar palette is just going to live up here on my shelf in its own little spot right up there. The second one is the Sweet Peach. Now, I think for the same reason that I won't throw away that Too Faced palette is the same reason why I won't throw away this one. There is this shade Caramelized right here. I will swatch that. And there's the shade Georgia here, and then there's the shade Luscious, and they all still feel really nice. Listen, there's the shade Bellini. No, this is, yeah, Bellini. And there's this one, Summer Yum. Look at. I cannot. I don't think I have anything else in my collection that quite has these colors in it. So, like on those days where I don't like really, you know how you fight and you don't really know what to put on. You know you don't really want to put a bunch of color on. Maybe you have to go to work, but you want to do something, and you know you have something that's like your staple that you can fall back on and never make a mistake with it. That would be the Sweet Peach and the Chocolate Bar palette. So definitely cannot declutter either one of these. Now, if they got like get hard pan or something, I don't have a choice. But I did check the Too Faced website because I was like, maybe I can buy a new Chocolate Bar palette. It sold out, and I looked everywhere else. Nobody else is selling the Chocolate Bar palette, so I can't get rid of it. And that is just that. I have two palettes from Makeup Revolution, and these are their Reloaded palettes. This one is actually, might be a dupe for the Soft Glam palette, but I really, really like it. And this one is the Velvet Rose palette. I mean, I will probably get rid of this before I get rid of, well, definitely before I get rid of my Soft Glam palette. But look, this is one of their better performing like eyeshadow palettes. Like, if I can show you. Yeah, so we're going to keep this one, and we have one, and I think this one's called, or I have one. This one is called Red Velvet, I believe, and it is so pretty. It has like that vibrant pink, and it's called Red Alert. And Red Alert looks like this. That red right there is gorgeous. I will swatch it. It is gorgeous. Ugh. I do not want to get rid of this. This pink right here is really cute. I feel like I can do like a Valentine's Day look with this palette. But really pretty. Not the best quality, I will agree, but some of the shades in there are great. So I am not throwing that one away. We have like a little trio here of Tarte palettes, and these are the little Tartlet and Bloom, those types. This one right here is the original Tartlet palette, and as I look at it, this may be one that I might be able to part with, but not just yet. This one is completely matte. As you can see, it's pretty cool toned, but this one can be used in conjunction with the other sort of Tartlet palettes. So I kind of refuse right now. I think it's because of the completionist in me that I don't want to get rid of any of those Tartlet palettes quite yet. This Tartlet in Bloom is one of my absolute favorites, and you will see a trend here. You can see what my favorite shades are. You can see the trend. This is like the same with the Chocolate Bar and the Sweet Peach palette. There are like some shades here, and there are only like two sort of satiny shades in here, but this shade Firecracker right here, it's like one of my favorite shades. It's like a shade that I always go to put on my lid. When in doubt, I can grab that palette and I can just like bang out something real quick and get out of here and go to work. So this is definitely staying in the collection. And the other one is the Tartlet Toasted. I did just recently do a video on the minis of these palettes. I think that the quality is not quite the same as these actual original palettes, but this is just a nice warm neutral palette. Like, and it doesn't have a black in it, but it has that dark brown. So if you need to deepen your outer V or your crease, you could deepen it. This shade Flame, gorgeous. The shade Simmer, right here, is gorgeous. Not quite as deep as Flame. Let me swatch it again. Okay. And the shade Sunset is gorgeous. It's right on the top. This, like these things live right up my alley. So we are not getting rid of those. The next one I am going to show you is kind of strange. And I don't know like what's keeping me from like decluttering this palette, but I just kind of want to hold on to it. It is a Kat Von D palette. It is not KBD Beauty, it is Kat Von D. And it is the Pastel Goth palette. I think that I am holding on to this because I do not own any other pastel palettes. And I think this would be really pretty for spring. And let me swatch a couple of them. My hand is wet, so these things are not showing up like they should. Yeah, they are coming up kind of streaky because my skin is wet, but these are what the shades look like. I haven't really, that one kind of stained my finger. I haven't really played with this palette. It's just been kind of living in my collection. But I do want to, I can see like some inner corner colors, like that Bloom, not Bloom, Doom Blue right here. That's not coming up as vibrant on screen as it is in real life. But I am holding on to that one, if only just for a little while longer. Maybe I'll play with it like during the spring, see if I still like it. And then if I do, I will hold on to it. If not, I can maybe declutter that one. This next one is from Urban Decay. Hold on. Okay, I don't know. I'm being anal. But this next one is from Urban Decay, and it is the Full Spectrum palette. It is your classic sort of rainbow palette. Sorry, the brush fell out. It is your classic rainbow palette. It has a nice mixture of mattes and like shimmers. The colors are gorgeous. I just feel like I want to hold on to this because they don't really do these palettes anymore. And I think I like got rid of like their, what was it, 10th anniversary or whatever anniversary palette they had. I think I got rid of that. And a couple of other ones that was like in this packaging. But I just want to hold on to this one. And I will swatch some shades for you in this one. Blue. Let's swipe a purple. And they sort of like have the rainbow right up the middle of this. Let's swatch. I am running out of fingers here. We will swatch that yellow. Let's see. And we will swatch this one. And then this one. So you sort of have your little rainbow right here. I don't know, really pretty, perfect rainbow palette. They almost have like the shimmery versions of those, the shades, and these are all matte. But they sort of have like the shimmery. Did I just put eyeshadow on my face. They have the shimmery version. They have the shimmery version sort of those matte shades that I just showed you also in the palettes. The packaging is really, really nice. I can't see myself getting rid of that one. Not quite yet. So we're going to hold on to it. The other palettes that I want to show you are all from Lorac. The first one is called the California Dreamin' palette. And it looks like this. I just find myself like able to like quickly throw together a look with this palette. Like whenever I pick it up, I can throw together a look. Favorite shade in this palette is called Kitty Cat. I am going to swatch it. It is gorgeous. Nothing else in my collection has that shade, that shininess. That is so pretty. I always use that color. If I'm going to create a look with this palette, I always use that shade Kitty Cat. I just love like the mauviness of it. It's a really cool tone palette. We are not going to get rid of this. Everything else is the Mega Pro palette. So we have, let's flip it this way, the Mega Pro, the first one. And I think they kind of keep coming out with these every so often. I got this one, I think, from Amazon, and my mirror was broken. But it had like a film over it, so the glass is not going to come out. I just never took the film off. But this is what the shades look like. Sort of on the mauvey berry type end, but we have that one. And then we have Pro Palette 2. And it looks like this. Nobody, I think, can like beat Lorax palette when it comes, Lorax quality when it comes to like these larger palettes. You don't really lose quality with these larger palettes, which I really like. This one, really pretty, more warm tone. This is the Pro Palette 3. And then the last one in the pink packaging, Pro Palette 4, looks like this. All right, and what I do like about these is they give you like 16, is that 16? Yeah, 16 matte shades and then 16 sort of shimmer shades in each palette. So a nice selection of each. I have not seen them do any more of these Pro palettes. So it's not like I can go and buy a new one, which makes me sad. But that is it. I am definitely holding on to those until further notice. It may be a minute before you all see me with these particular palettes in a declutter video. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and may your day be as flawless as your makeup. Bye.